So I ended up not going to work. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like it. Hey, like I'm about to be rich. But anyways, number one, I want to talk about Nino Brown as I look at this beautiful view. I got a contractor, god dang, tag, so I can park anywhere for free. Hey, but let me turn this up. Oh, turn off the truck. But basically, Nino Brown, he is funny as hell. And let me tell you, while we going through this reckoning, I want y'all to understand something. The ones who's gonna take the biggest fall is dark-skinned black men. I don't care. I know I be saying I ain't gonna talk about it, which I don't be talking about it, but it's still a part of my reality when navigating in life. Because me not being aware of a lot of things, if I would have just did more research on certain aspects of life, I would have not been through a lot of what I've been through. And I want to tell you something interesting about all these dark-skinned, in particular, dark-skinned black men that are being, going to jail and whatever else on allegations of whether it be stealing or killing or destroying women or whatever. One thing I realized, except for one of my exes, all my exes was light skinned, right? I was like the only dark skinned girl most of my exes had dealt with, except for one, and he was from Inglewood. My last ex, all his exes was light skinned. Baby daddy ex was light skinned. Most of my exes, all the other ones, I didn't really see like that. Like, I don't even remember most of my exes. Like, I don't remember most of my exes, but I remember these couple, and their exes or they rebound is always a light-skinned girl, right? That's because black men, especially dark-skinned black men, are looking approval of other men, especially white men. But the catch about it is black men are so, if you know what I mean, they don't know what white men like because they never around them. White men love dark-skinned women. Do you understand why I always get ahead so quickly? It's always because of a white man. Always. But black men, dark-skinned black men, always think that when they go out in public or they gotta marry somebody, that seems socially acceptable to the white woman, and they think that is okay. Let me get with a light-skinned girl who be dumb as bricks and not even cuter than me. I've never competed with nobody. Number one, I don't compete with women, but I definitely don't compete with no light-skinned woman. I never felt less than anybody, especially light-skinned women, actually, or mixed women, especially those two. They are cookie cutter as hell. They really don't be looking no different, and they don't be looking no special. But black men assume that light-skinned girls are more socially acceptable to marry because they think they ain't gonna make them more in proximity to white people. These motherfuckers gotta be the dumbest people ever on planet Earth. Like, they always rebound with a light-skinned girl that be dumb and she be a hoe. And white men don't care if they're light-skinned. White men like dark-skinned women. So that's what I just want to get that off my chest, because there's so many allegations of these dark-skinned men that are going to jail for being gay and stealing and hurting women. Like Shannon Sharp. When I listen to that little replay of him telling that little white girl he gonna choke her, I'm like, bro, listen, you know how us dark-skinned women know how abusive black dark-skinned men can be. What we heard Shannon Sharp say to that white girl is very much so common. They are very abusive verbally, financially, physically. We seen a dark-skinned dude throw a white lady through a TV, right? They don't treat women with respect no matter what the race is. They getting the same black men because they're the most degenerate and lost. And when I heard Shannon Sharp tell that little girl he was gonna choke her and expect her, and now she got to be a Karen because she told, oh, no, that's not a Karen, that's called justice. But you know what? Black men always know black women to let them abuse these shits out of them, make them get abortions and all kind of crap that I've dealt with black men. If I would have known, I would have never dealt with them. But then now, because black women are dealing with dark-skinned black men on our own account because we want to be safe, they're going more and more to white women trying to be in competition with us, and they find out they're getting their ass handed to them by the same black men, but they can't handle it. So they're going to go to the laws. Yeah. I don't know. What don't y'all get about this? Black men are the most confused. Black African-American men or American men, anybody who was born, I don't care if you first generation, if you was born as a dark-skinned black man, you are more than likely lost as fuck, especially if you don't typically choose dark-skinned women as your counterpart. You're lost. You're Garner. You're gonna be fucked at the end of it. I don't care. You know, like Shannon Sharp age, around when black men, older black men realize they not gonna get no wife, they start tricking. They don't know around 60, 65, nobody gives a fuck about you. Not even the younger women want your money no more. So eventually you're going to meet your fate. Anyway, you don't got no wife. You're going to meet your fate. And that is the whole truth about the situation, because now for the last 3 years, I was with a black man. I was with a Haitian black man. But for the last 3 years, I've been in predominantly white spaces and my life has gotten tremendously better. Like, I don't deal with black women either. I don't like black women either. I don't like black people like that because of the culture. I don't like sexy reds. I don't like Meg the Stallions. I don't want to keep having to explain myself in public to white folks like, hey, I don't dress like that. I don't get down like that. I don't talk like that. White people be looking at me when they hear stuff I'm saying. They love me even more. Like, okay, not all of y'all the same. And I think that's embarrassing. Really. And I'm a very much so a black advocate. But you can't advocate for stuff that make you look stupid. And that's what Nino Brown was saying is like, he made a top 7 list of people and places, which was Atlanta and Chicago and Memphis, that set back black people 400 years. And I thought that shit was funny because I always used to say that. I'm like, man, set us back to slavery. Like, seriously, like, us acting the way we act toward each other and don't know that there's a bubble outside of this community. There's a life. There's a real society outside of black society. A lot of black people don't know that. A lot of black people don't know there's other stuff out here at all. Most of them don't even leave their block. I wasn't raised like that. But y'all got to understand, like, we love our people. When I say we, I'm talking about the intelligent, educated black. We love y'all. But you got to understand that some of us don't want to be associated with that behavior. I don't like how my kids are in Atlanta wearing hair in their color hair in their hair. I don't like that. I don't like the way their grandmother dressed them sometimes. I don't like that they cut my son's hair. I don't like that. I don't like that they, teach them how to twerk and be loud and, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I wasn't raised to be like that. And some of us don't want to be associated with these behaviors anymore. We're tired of some of us black people are tired of being outside or inside of the community where there's only so much you can take because it's all negative. Like, you got to be okay with that. If you want to be like Meg Thee Stallion and Sexy Red, go for it, but don't be mad at us and cuss us out and exclude us, because we already excluded. Anyway, we excusing ourselves from the table. But it's like, I've been treated bad by so many black people because I don't want to get down like that. So they assume that I'm judging them. No, I just don't like any of the things that you're doing, and I don't have to. And I've been guilt tripped long enough into, why don't you do the things we do? I don't want to. I don't like going to the club with y'all. I don't like dealing with y'all. I don't like doing business with y'all. I don't like having sex with y'all. I don't like being around y'all. Y'all mean. A lot of y'all are mean. You know what I mean? So, time's up for the degenerate, for real. It's time's up. We don't want us progressive black people who want to live life and see the world as it is and not just behind the lens of being black. We out here. And we coming up more and more and more and more.